Gratuitous amounts of cleavage and side
Unfortunately.
boob, yes, but not skimpy.
Not well, at least. I'll give you
That
that.
falls into the
I've
skimpy
never seen you
category.
do side boob.
No, because those images are put behind me now. Now I don't have to show off my boobs to get jobs. Back in the day, I did. Back in the day, they used to pay me to show my boobs. Now people do it for free. So
Now people pay her not show her boobs.
Scandalous.
It's
I
true.
do declare.
All right, here's what's funny. We've been streaming for a while. This is what we call cold open. Guys, how you doing?
fucking Dell.
I
Doing
feel
good.
right now. I feel betrayed.
You
I
should.
feel a little
Betrayed
tall.
by Dell.
My feet can't reach on the bottom. I'm feeling weird
Why can't your feet reach the bottom? I don't understand.
because the chair won't go down.
You're short.
She has tiny legs. I didn't say that. Why are you pointing at me?
It's coming from my headphones.
Do you think we sound alike?
It's just in the headphones.
Shut up, Jay.
Are you getting plenty of Jay? Is my boobs in the way because we have the new setup over here?
Yeah, no. I'm getting plenty of Jay and plenty of your boobs. I don't know. What anybody's
It
worried
cuts
about
off
here.
right here. They don't see anything except from like
Yeah, let me
here
see.
to here.
There we
They
go,
see
that's a
fucking
much
Cthulhu
bigger-
boobs. There it is.
Yeah. From the depths of the sea. So,
Yeah.
what have y'all been doing this past week or so? Because we didn't have a show last week. It got canceled.
We didn't have a show. This past week, I've been balls deep in Simpsons Tapped Out. That's pretty much where I'm usually at right now. I'm
Same
obsessed with this game.
here. Yep.
I finally have my new smartphone. Check it out, guys. And with that, I downloaded Worms 2, Armageddon, and Simpsons Tapped Out. And that's pretty much all my free time.
About the new DS3.
How you liking that?
I love it, especially since I have I'm a huge Lego game fan, and they have the Chase Begins on there, so I've been playing a lot of that. And then to keep my girlfriend off my back for buying a new video game system without her permission, I bought her a new Leaf, the Animal Crossing game. And she did not yell at me, so it worked out pretty well.
She probably gave you your own little Animal Crossing of scratches.
Taffeta, come on.
How you
It's a
doing,
kid
Jay?
show.
I'm all right.
Yeah,
Such a
Jay, what's up
shit.
with you?
Like y'all on Simpsons Tapped Out, saw Man of Steel, and just been really lazy the last week.
That's
It's
the way
been
to do it.
It's been awesome.
It's too
Yeah.
hot to not be lazy.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot
Shoot
of time.
over this guy
lot
in
of
the
time at the
fancy hat
pool.
over here. How have you been, Brent? Welcome to the show.
Good. Hi.
You doing all right?
I'm still sleepy.
Are you?
Yeah.
Down that coffee.
I'm working on it.
Working on it. What you got in there? What's your favorite coffee?
Just coffee.
Just coffee, no sugar, no cream.
There's 3 sugars and non-fat milk.
Ooh.
Ooh, fancy.
Hey, give it a second. I think we're gonna bump this camera up on there, Brent. He has a very nice nose, but I don't think we need looking just up on that. Let's see what we can do here.
It's a whole world of wonder. Into the nose.
Let's see how that.
It can be narrated by Morgan Freeman.
Into the nose.
Into the nose with Brent Peeples.
Need to get a sitcom with David Attenborough and Morgan Freeman as roommates. Be like an odd couple of them just narrating around what they're
I
doing.
would totally love that.
But they each narrate what the other one is doing.
Yeah. And so David goes to the fridge for one final tub of ice cream before bedtime.
That always reminds me of that Family Guy episode.
Which one, Taff? You got to be more.
I have
specific.
no
I was about
idea.
to bring
Lot
it
of
back. You
Family
know
Guy
what I'm
episodes.
talking about. When when the world comes to Armageddon and they're going to the Twinkie factory and they've got
yeah.
Oh yeah, season 1.
Randy
wasn't it?
Adams
Yeah.
narrating as they're walking right foot,
Randy
left foot.
Newman.
Randy Newman, not
Red-headed
Randy Adams. That's a
ladies.
tattoo artist. Get off my ass.
All right, and with that horrible joke right there,
A lot better than some of the ones you have.
we're gonna a lot better, honestly. we're gonna run the intro, guys. You're watching the Del O.L. Show with Brent Peeples, our special guest today.
The Del O.L. Show.
Funny stuff.
Sunday, 2 to 3. Deep Ellum on air.
Jeez.
All right, so we're officially off on the show. We will talk about the Simpsons Tapped Out game at the end of the show because I have a feeling we're going to go quite long on that.
Yeah,
But in
yeah.
studio today, we have the amazing Brent Peeples. How's it
Yay!
going? Let's get a close up on him right there. Yeah.
Sorry, there's not part of a clap track. We'll add it in post.
Yeah, we need a clap track.
Go, Taffeta.
Oh, shit, Dell.
So what's been going on?
Great segue.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Good.
He just looks at me and gives me the stink
I should
eye.
get a free segue for that from Apple.
Oh yeah.
And
Does,
then
does
drive
Apple
it
make
off the-
segues?
Drive it off the
One of the
cliff.
guys helped design it. I don't know enough about it. They're stupid. Just like this segue. Because Brent Peeples is here in the studio.
So you were just, at Albuquerque Comic Fest? Comic Expo?
Expo, yeah.
How was that? How'd you do out there?
It's a fun show. It's a really fun show. I'll always go back. Those guys really take care of that.
They fly you out there and make you feel fancy like a guest, huh?
It was awesome.
Ooh,
You feel like Fonzie.
No.
that would be pretty cool though.
It's too bad.
Not at all.
What are your commissions? What'd you do out there as far as commission-wise?
I really didn't do a lot of commissions at this show. It was more prints and stuff. Like I did a commission for this dude that I know who's a Marine. And so he won like the Ghost Rider head and it said USMC underneath. So it was kind of rad. Shit. I did a sketchbook. You know the blank covers that they have?
Yeah, yeah.
So for Valiant, I did a, because Valiant was out there, Adam and those guys.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Hey, Adam.
Hey, those guys.
Hey, those guys. So they have the blank sketch covers on their trade. And it's like a double-sided, so I did a Shadow Man thing on there for them and a Bloodshot thing on there for them.
That's pretty cool.
And then me and Phil Hester did a collaboration, which was fun.
I think I saw that. What was that of again?
Nick Fury.
None of your business.
Aw,
Yeah.
But I want to know. That's why we're here.
Hey, look, guys, I'm finally on the screen now, too.
Oh no.
So, Brent, how long have you been doing this?
Professionally, almost 5 years.
Wow.
maybe.
That's 5 years longer than I've done anything professionally in my entire life.
It's true. It's true.
So I do want to start off by giving some people a demonstration of some of your pieces here.
That's inappropriate.
And I got to admit, while I've got this image up, whip out your dick, and we'll cut back to that.
How big's the zoom on your thing? Is it pretty good?
You should say how big's the wide angle.
No.
Is it okay? So he was going that direction.
It's
It's
really good.
zoomed.
Zoom.
I thought, okay, well, hey.
See how I agree like I know?
I'm gonna,
Tabitha doesn't know.
I'm gonna start
but
with my favorite piece here. This is the Calvin and Hobbes. I'm a
I love
huge,
that
huge
piece.
Calvin and Hobbes fan. And when she showed me this a while back, I thought this was just
I'm gonna have to
awesome.
move.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
I want to hang that up and put it in my house.
Do you have any of those prints here for sale today?
I don't have the prints here for sale today.
Do you
but
have them for giveaway today?
I don't have the giveaway today. I do have the original to show y'all though.
Well, he's gonna. Yeah, if you want, Jay. I mean, he's gonna hold it up. It's really impressive.
You-
And what I like about this is that like you actually went like full on like your style. It doesn't look like anything else I've seen as far as like the Calvin and Hobbes tribute. I mean, you've actually got a huge tiger hanging in the tree.
Yeah, like that's what.
Exactly,
You
yeah.
want to see the original since you love it so much.
I do.
And
But
now
that's
he's
what
gonna
I
make
want to
regular
do. Like I
coffee.
want to do my spin on it. Which,
I think that's what makes it a lot unique because you can go to these conventions, you can see like the same Batgirl done like in every pose and every style and stuff like that. But I saw this and I was like, oh, I really wish
That's
I was hunting
really
a huge
impressive.
tiger.
Yeah.
Considering I
Yeah.
can't draw anything. Well, that's not true. I can draw two things. I can draw stick figures. And I can draw snakes really well.
And penises with one eye.
No, I can draw eggs and zeros. So both those things I'm really proud of.
And with this, is it watercolor? It really
it's
looks
all marker.
Is it?
Yeah, I experimented because you can see, like these y'all can't see on the camera because they're pointing down. But the spots that look like watercolors, that's actually my refills for my Copic markers.
Really?
And let's look at the color difference between that and the digital one. How do you?
The digital one, when I scan it in, I put it in Photoshop.
Okay, and that's how you
and
do
then I colorized it. It's a little tricky way of coloring that I learned from Mr. Mark Brooks.
Wow, that is just unbelievably impressive.
Good old Mark Brooks.
Good old Mark.
Good old Mark. I eat up his phoenix.
I'm sorry, you eat up
What?
his what?
I said I eat up his phoenix.
Oh,
Sure,
Phoenix.
you said Phoenix.
Taffeta's the worst. In the show.
I'm gonna tell his wife.
I'm the
Yeah.
reason why we have a rated R reading.
No, you're not. I am. Dick fucking horsecock cunt. There you go.
There you go.
Earned it back for us. Yay!
Wait, did we do
Those
the,
are
proud
my
of
favorite
myself.
kind.
did we do
Yeah.
the before show saying this is not a kids show warning?
That's understood.
That's usually understood.
And if you notice, anytime I do a string of curse words, the word horse always gets in there somehow. I've never.
Yeah.
That's weird. Is there something psychological about that? We need to get somebody on the show that explain to me why horse always makes it into my string of
You
profanities.
should just totally Google it. I'm sure it's out there.
Why do
You
I
can-
keep saying horse penis? Just
No,
type it
it's
in.
not a horse.
Google.
Sometimes I'll be like cunty horse vomit, but somehow horse always makes it into the string.
Well, horse is now meat to where you can actually eat and sell. So
What?
IKEA
Again.
meatballs.
No.
Yep.
yeah, and even recently, like I think there's like 2 or 3 plants that have just got approved to distribute horse meat over to like Mexico and some of the overseas.
But a lot of other countries eat it. Like
No, a
it's
lot
no
of
big
like
deal,
that's one of the
yeah.
main things. Like when you
No.
actually go to Europe, you actually have to specify. I actually want this hamburger as beef, or you're gonna wind up getting horse.
Or,
And,
or horse blend. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of like the main concerns right now is that a lot of people is that you can actually like export meat over, horse meat over, and have it repackaged like in Mexico or like in Spain, and they can sell it back to us without any warning that it is horse meat. But
Yeah.
I don't have to worry
So I
about
guess
that. Go veg.
I guess horse tastes good.
I imagine it tastes
It tastes
just
like chicken, I assume,
or
frogs.
pig
It probably
or
tastes like
frog
frog's
or-
legs. Yeah.
Well, the problem with
Everything does.
the whole thing is that there's a very standard type of medicine that almost all horses that get injured will be given. It's an antibiotic for horses, but it causes cancer in humans. But it stays in the horse's system permanently, and if they get it multiple times over their life, it builds up.
Yeah.
And so then their meat gets sold, and then people eat it and wind
Oh.
up getting horse cancer, basically.
That's okay.
Well, I'd rather get horse cancer than human cancer. I've seen what human cancer can do to people.
Yeah. Horse testicular cancer. Not a way to go.
Testicles.
Would that be like red kryptonite?
Something like
Instead
that.
would
of green
be-
kryptonite. It'd be awesome and make me evil and have big balls.
Yeah, see, that's only
I don't
horse
know if that would
cancer's
be
got to have
considered
different.
cancer, though, because a lot of people would probably want that.
Horse cancer is different than human cancer, so I'm assuming it's just some kind of superhero. But now, see, that's a good superhero character. Write this up. You need a guy
cancer
gets
man?
horse cancer, and he develops the ability to fly and run on all fours.
Why would he
faster
fly? He
than
would need Pegasus cancer. Because horses don't fly. You would actually have to come up with
Pegasus is a horse.
and
It
then
just
he would-
has
No,
wings.
Pegasus is
So-
completely separate than
so
a
he would
horse,
have
though.
to
You
grow
would
a
have to
wing?
specify that it's a particular
Hey,
Pegasus.
what happens if Pegasus and a
You're
unicorn
overthinking
bone?
this too much.
No.
No,
Yes.
this is
No,
scientific.
this is
This is also
scientific.
a science show.
You-
What if Pegasus and unicorns bang each other? Could we get a Pegasus with a snooter?
No, you would actually get the unicorn once the narwhal and the Pegasus bang each other.
I'm sorry, what?
So hot.
Narwhal sex.
Hey, Brazzers,
Get
start
into it.
working on that. That's what I want to see.
Welcome to the show, Brent.
Yeah, congratulations.
This is too smart. For
So,
me.
it's the best line I've ever heard.
You just said that.
The best lie I've ever heard.
Okay, yeah. That's so. Let's get back to some of this art as opposed to
And
Yeah. I see a Batman one over there.
nonsense.
You've seen that.
I've never seen it up close.
But the people at home
Never
have
seen
one
it
of
up
those.
Mm-mm.
I haven't.
Yeah, these guys are big Batman
By the way,
fans,
that
too.
one's yours today.
This was mine?
I told you that if I didn't sell it by Albuquerque, it was yours.
Hey, you want to go
Sweet.
ahead and check that
So,
out?
That is now yours.
As
Nope,
the,
he just said this is
Aw.
now yours while I was holding it, therefore it's now mine.
as the show
gonna
host, it
fight.
goes to me. You get 10%. So pick which 10% of the picture you want.
Give me
Jay, you get
10% of my
5%.
finger.
All right, I get Batman's head.
That's
Said the Joker.
inappropriate.
Yeah. Said
There's
the
no
Joker.
Joker on here.
No, but that's something the Joker would say. And Jay does kind of look like a
Anyways.
Joker.
So now this is mine.
Oh, is that Grundy?
Yeah.
Nice.
So what'd you do this for? Just like another print that you guys
I was
were doing?
some sample stuff for DC several months back, or 3 months back or something. So I did that piece up. They asked me to work that piece up and send it over as a sample thing.
Very nice.
I love
It looks
it.
cool,
It
yeah.
really does.
What did you use for that? Was that just with a marker also?
No, that's ink. It's actual like brush and ink,
Okay.
and then like all the line work is all tech pens, and then like all the big spot blacks and big black areas, it's all brush and ink.
That's pretty
Cool.
sick.
Yeah.
I wanted to be fancy and actually do it old school.
How long does a piece like that take you to make?
That one because I put it in a cathedral because I'm a dumbass.
But it's perfect. I love that it's in a
Yeah,
cathedral. Like,
yeah.
what was the reasoning
The
behind
shadowing
putting it
is
in a
fantastic.
cathedral? Just to
Here, I
make
think
it more
I actually
gothic?
have a picture of that one as well. Let's see if you can pull that one up.
Actually, the reason why I put it in a cathedral is because I want to do a sewer. Stop taking pictures.
We do it for everyone on the
I'm
show.
taking it back.
Aw.
I wanted to put it in a sewer, and the sewer wasn't coming out right.
He couldn't get the rights for it from the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
So no licensing.
And so I got sick of drawing the sewer. I didn't work. It didn't look the way I wanted it to, so I put it in the cathedral. So.
Did
that's
you
why.
submit this to DC?
Yeah, I mean I sent it over. It was
Really?
it was in a string of samples that I was doing for them.
And you've actually done stuff with Image and Zenoscope, right?
Yes.
Can we brag on you about that for a little bit? Do you have any of your
Yes.
Zenoscope pieces with you?
I don't have any Zenoscope stuff. Like pretty much all my Zenoscope, all my books that I had gotten from them over the past however many years are sold. Like at shows, so I don't have any more copies, except for the ones I keep for myself that are packed away somewhere. I don't know where.
Is this an appropriate time to talk about the Deja Thors story?
No,
No.
never. Cannot do that online. Sorry. Love you.
I'm really into that story, and apparently he was supposed to do something for it, and it didn't work out. And he poo-pooed me reading it. So
Poo-pooed you?
he did. He said, "Poo-poo, go away." Anyway, so you've got something coming up in New York City.
Yes.
New York.
I thought we were talking about Zenoscope. I'm
No,
confused.
do it, Jay. Go ahead.
That was enough. I
Jay,
think.
say the line again, Taft. Jay and I'll do it. You've got something coming up in New York.
You've got something coming up in New York City, right?
New York City. All right, sorry.
We jump around a lot. We'll go back to Zenescope.
That's what everybody in
From
Texas
a
does.
joke 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's still done.
It's
still done.
good.
So bad. Yeah, New York. So there's a gallery out there in Brooklyn called Bottleneck Gallery, and they had seen a commission. They had seen the Calvin and Hobbes piece online, and then saw another piece that I'd done that was a commission for a gentleman, and it struck their fancy. So they contacted me about exhibiting a piece that they're opening this weekend at one of their new exhibit opening.
That's pretty
So,
cool.
That's awesome.
We have a lot of New York viewers. You guys go out there. Where's it at? The Bottleneck?
Bottleneck Gallery in Brooklyn. It's like, I think it's Winchester or Westchester part of Brooklyn. I don't know. It's 60 Broadway, Brooklyn. That's all I know. I'll have
Those
to find
kids
it
are
when I
hip
get
out there.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out.
They've got the internet. I'm sure they can work it out for themselves.
So it's going to be a pretty cool show, I think. It's going to be all, it's like a pop culture gallery. So, a lot of different cool, rad stuff.
How did you get into drawing? I mean, where did that come from? Why that over, like, let's say, music or dancing, or where did you start with?
I mean, I love music too, and for a while, that's what I wanted to do. Like, I drew my dad had a pencil in my hand literally since I know it sounds cliche, but like literally since I can remember, my dad had a pencil in my hand, and I was drawing superheroes, or he would take me to the zoo and sketch animals, or whatever.
Oh, so your dad did it as well?
Yeah, I mean, he was
an
really
artist?
good. He was actually really good. He just never did anything with it, except for occasionally to draw with me. And so I drew, and Superman was kind of my character when I was a kid. I had the sheets and the curtains and the footy jammas and the everything.
I wish you still had the footage.
Little underwear, I'm assuming.
I would.
Yeah,
I did. I had
those.
I had the underoos.
I'm actually
and
wearing Superman undies right now. It all comes full circle.
full gross. Okay, so love you, mean it. So anyway, and I was into comics and but outside Superman comics, like I don't really remember any comics until the 90s when my buddy showed me the Jim Lee #1 X-Men.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yes.
It might have been late 80s. I can't remember if it was, I think it was late 80s. When he was like, look what this guy's doing. It's brand new. And then that's what, then I remember, I got into the whole actual comics thing with Jim and Rob and, Mark and all what they were doing.
Have
and
you
then
ever
with the
written
image.
a full comic?
Have I written?
Or no, not written, but have you produced a full book of art yet, or is it just singles or?
Oh, no. I've done, you mean like comic books?
Right.
Like this trade right here?
That's exactly what I was wanting to get to.
Segue.
Segue.
This trade?
There we go.
I'm watching the camera to make sure I get the full thing.
There we go. Here, I'll put it up nice and big on the screen.
Thank you.
Well, that's great. So tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
that.
so this is Last of the Great. So this was so I started my career. I did a little bitty. So anyway, long story short, drew comics. High school, quit doing comics. Wanted to do music, and then when I was about 27, I decided I want to give comics a shot again after seeing something on TV. So I just started working up samples and working with people and getting better and better and better. And got my first gig doing a little small creator-owned thing for Arcana Comics, which paid me $15 a page, which was awesome.
Yeah,
That's pretty nice.
And worked on that, and then started doing some more samples. And that was, it was like half a graphic novel, I think is what it was. And then started doing some samples again, and got a gig with Zenescope, and did a little bit of run on some Grimm Fairy Tales and Sinbad.
Those are some pretty big titles, though, so that's gotta be pretty
Yeah.
fun to be doing some of this stuff.
Yeah, it was fun. So I did some Grimm Fairy Tales, and I did a run on Sinbad, and then I went back and did another Grimm Fairy Tales issue, and then me and Josh Fialkov had a chat one day. I heard
Of the Connecticut Fialkovs?
sure,
Did you just nod and say yes, still?
yes.
I'm off camera on that one, so I don't know.
But we had met each other in New York, and he had, and we kind of hit it off. And then I heard that he needed an artist, so I gave him a call, and I was like, "Hey, I heard you're looking for an artist for some stuff." And he said, "Yeah, here's what I got." And so we put this book out called Last of the Greats from Image Comics.
What's the premise of that?
It is and I'm really bad at this. Like, people always ask me, and I'm like, go ask Josh, because
Is there like a quote on the back?
yeah, that's what I'm like.
That breaks it down.
I just drew it. I didn't read the piece of shit.
I'm just really bad at pitching it. Like, Josh does it, and he's so eloquent, and he makes it sound so exciting, and I tell it, and they're like, oh, okay.
A
Well.
couple of guys do some things, and then the end.
Anyway, what it says on the back, though, which Josh wrote, meet mankind's last hope for survival. He's called the last, and he hates our guts.
With
pretty
good,
good,
with
yeah.
good reason.
Yeah, which pretty much boils down, like, the whole thing. Like, he's our last hope of survival, and he really does think we're insects, and he doesn't like us at all. And he has sex with Oprah. Spoiler.
Oprah.
Is that an ongoing series, or is it just like this one collection right
No,
here?
Josh had it plotted, had the first 2 years plotted.
Oh, well.
And we ran 5 issues, and numbers just weren't where we needed them to be. So we gave it one last shot with the trade. And numbers for the trade just unfortunately weren't where we needed them to be. Which sucks. With creator-owned comics, you run into that a lot. We had, we were on G4 4 months running in their top 5.
Now, I never saw the first 3 Gs. So is it okay if I just jump straight into G4 without knowing the storyline before that? It's a sequel joke.
Do we have a cricket sound effect?
I wish we
Yeah,
did.
this
We
guy.
do not have a cricket sound on
What
the
happened
show.
to the soundboard? I
I'm
could have
so
sworn there was
Or
embarrassed.
at
one
least
out
like
there.
a muted trombone.
Yeah,
I need
that
to
was
do-
a sad trombone moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Del Show.
I'm gonna get a cricket sound.
That should
on
be
my
our
phone.
That should be our theme song right there. Just 2 minutes of trumpets. Wah 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 wah.
And it just to be
wah.
like-
it keeps going down.
Or it
It's
just
so
follows
sad.
you around throughout the whole show when you're talking.
He's not an
I would
Oompa Loompa.
pay somebody to do that. You know what? Next time we do a
Sounds like he's in
remote,
a circus.
next time we do a remote, I may pay
Just
a
a
friend of mine
tuba
that plays.
player.
No, I was thinking like a trumpet. Wah, 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 every time I walk
It would
around.
sound better with a tuba, or maybe like a baritone towards a little bit deeper.
yeah, maybe like a mellophone or something.
I could just do this for the whole fucking
I
episode.
would have no problem if we did that.
know
So
where I'm at right
Brent, what's up next for you? I know you have the convention or the guy coming up, but what's
yeah.
the next big project you've got?
I've got a lot of things in the works right now that I can't talk about, unfortunately, and that's just kind of the bum side of comics. Sometimes is that you can't discuss. I've got a creator-owned thing that just got pitched with Phil Hester writing it, but it's an all-ages deal. But not sure if that's going to go yet. Again, we're in the pitch stages of it. So, I've got some possible cover work coming up for.
I hear the crickets. That's awesome. Jay, is that you working that?
Got your back.
Perfect. Jay's gonna be the new
Teamwork.
sound man on this. Yeah, I like that.
You'll be at
So-
Fan Days in October, huh?
I don't know, really,
Really?
to be honest. I'm not sure. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't decided. I'll probably get.
because they're pretty quick about saying no.
I
to
think
get
they're already
people
sold
after a while.
out.
Yeah.
I
That's a
think they
shame.
sell out like the day of.
Yeah,
What,
but
Dallas.
what type of convention is that? I don't remember that one.
Fan Days, it's the same one. It's just like
It's
it's
smaller.
marketed just differently.
It's like the Star Wars fan days that we went to. Is it kind of just like
Well,
that?
a few
but
years
with
ago, it
everything?
used to be strictly Star Wars, but now they've just kind of dropped
Oh,
Star
so
Wars.
it's the
Now
same
it's the
thing.
same people.
Oh,
It's been
okay,
it's been in
okay.
Mark. It's just like their Sci-Fi Expo.
Because we had a blast the very first time I went, and I haven't been able to go the last.
That's when you were my
year or
camera
two.
guy for G4. That segment that we had to
That's
do.
right.
That was a very.
And the next
ridiculously
year,
awful
Frank
day.
did it, and then he never did anything again.
And I never saw Frank ever again.
No.
We
Yeah.
miss you, Frank.
I
We
hope
miss
he's out
you.
there
Come home,
somewhere.
big guy.
You have all our files. Just at least send the files.
Yeah, send the files if you can't do anything else.
No, he just kind of disappeared.
He went off and became famous movie maker.
Is
He
that
went
what
off and
happened?
became white.
Fuck.
Wow.
Love you, Frank, and your blackness.
That's
We're
racist.
apparently lack of.
Oh, it's
this
very
guy.
racist. That's okay. He's a sweetheart, though. We love him. That's okay. I can say that because I had a black friend once. I've watched an episode of Moesha, so I can say that. It's okay. Hi, girl. By the way, my girlfriend's Zimbabwean, so it's like, hi, don't yell at me when I get home. There we go, and the crickets again.
Right on
Which
cue,
is
Jay.
very Zimbabwean. See, it ties into... I'm sure right now
It's a
she's like,
delicacy.
oh, I miss home. Actually, termites are a delicacy over there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really interesting. So her last name actually means termite, but they eat them in school and stuff. Very well.
It's protein.
Yeah, she's like,
gotta
here's how we do.
fucking
You
do
throw a
what you
little
gotta
oil,
do.
you fry them up, and she'll eat them. She doesn't really eat them over here because we have Twisted Root and Serious Pizza
Taco Bell.
and Taco Bell.
Yeah.
So she doesn't really. I mean, there are other options now, but yeah, she used to eat that in school. That was a regular meal.
That's weird.
It's normal
sorry,
over
it's
there.
weird.
It's normal over there.
But it's weird here.
It's here, yes,
And I'm
absolutely
here.
it is.
I'm
Right.
not over there.
So, what do you think? Are there any foods that other countries look at us and go, "That's fucked. Like that's weird."
Probably hot
that you eat
dogs.
that?
Probably
Dude.
bacon wrap shit.
We have the heart attack
don't
grill in
know.
America.
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
true.
what was that KFC sandwich? It was the
The
KFC
double down.
buns.
That was the
with
most
the chicken in the
ridiculous
middle of
thing
it.
I've ever seen.
That's
That's
pretty
gross.
ridiculous. I'm
That
sure there
was
was a lot
so-
of countries who were like, we just like to eat the bread.
Dude, have you seen the hot dog one they have pizza they have in Japan?
Yes.
It's
Hot dog
the
pizza?
crust has hot dogs
Oh,
inserted
yeah.
all the way
It's
around the
Pizza Hut
crust.
crust
See,
over
this
there.
shit's getting stupid.
Yeah,
man.
I agree.
Like,
I
what
couldn't-
happened to like real food and not?
Oh,
Let's
it's
see
still
how
out
gross.
there. They
Like,
just-
let's see how gross we can make shit, and then see if people will eat it.
And
That-
they
yeah,
wind up
that is
eating
what
it
it comes
because
down
it's
to.
cheaper. It's marketed cheaper and it's sold cheaper. Like there's so many like poor families who live off the dollar menu and they're all overweight and they're
Yeah.
gonna wind up having cardio.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of it
problems.
is some people just see it as now there's that kind of America attitude where if something is weird and over the top, you almost want to eat it just because you can. It's like,
Yeah, that's really what
you
I
don't
think
have
it
to
is.
go out
I
of
mean,
your way.
No,
to-
In all,
we're
in all
the
fairness,
country of
I did eat
extravagance.
a donut ham hamburger.
well, that was
I
the
saw
4th
that
of
the other
July.
day.
Yeah.
That was 4th of July.
4th of July, that's different. Oh, it looks like we had a
We're
call
getting
come in.
calling.
Real-
What?
I love these
People
calls.
call in.
I was like,
Whoa, that one picked it up.
Did we even have the
You're
number?
on the show. How did somebody get this number? I don't even like people calling in. After
Is
that.
it not flashing on the bottom of the screen?
No, it's no, not right now. But the website always has it. But it looks like we got it dropped there. So
It was telemarketing.
Call back in. Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
great. If it's, are you interested in your?
this
No,
is an important
no. Then you
message
say,
from
then you
Wells
say,
Fargo Financial.
Yes,
Please
I do
make-
need to talk to
Yeah.
someone.
I've had
Is,
lots of those
is
lately.
Brent Peeples there? Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, he is. It's like we knew we'd reach you.
Your
You've been
Honda
served.
payments past due.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a quick break. and then
Please,
we're
I
coming
gotta
back.
pee.
Oh, classy.
And
There's nothing about
She
class
literally
over
couldn't
here.
wait until we went to break to tell us that.
Then
She
go
had-
pee.
Gotta go. I'm all about it.
you
Don't-
got an empty bottle.
You've got your catheter right there with you, like always.
Do you know how hard that is to jam under the table?
Harder it is. Oh God! All right, here we
Wow.
go. And on that note,
Segue.
yeah, exactly.
So Superman.
Segue.
Check out DeepElmOnAir.com for all of your exclusive rates, show times, and more. Everything you need to know about the local music scene for the Dallas-Fort Worth area can be found online. DeepElmOnAir.com.
Yeah, that one. Wait, hey, Jedi show. No, you're on the screen. You gotta get. You made the mistake of stepping in. I gotta. Everybody, of course, the famous Jedi, normally producing the show, but he's been too whacked out on meth lately to be coming in doing his job. So no, we got it. It totally worked that time. So we want to, of course, say the Del show is sponsored by Roll to Play out in Capel, Texas. Make sure you stop out there. Visit roll2play.com. The 2 is the numeral. And of course, Tiffany out there can help you. Here's something I didn't know when I was out there last time, guys. They do board game rentals.
Really?
So you can actually stop by
Hello?
$5
There.
for a week. You can
That's
rent
awesome.
a board game. I took home the DC card game, and a couple of other little party games. Oh, and by the way, since we're on the show, in addition to her paying sponsorship, we get free rentals.
Really?
That's awesome because I really want to check out a couple of the Game of Thrones board games.
Yeah,
has.
she has some. Well, of course they have.
And the new
some
Cthulhu dice too.
They have some amazing stuff there, and it's a lot of fun. And I was really impressed. The types of games, everything from like little kids
No,
all the
she's
way up to
legit.
adults.
She's
So do
legit.
they have
And-
like shoots and ladders too?
Yeah, well, no, they don't normally have
They
board
have old
games.
school
They have
stuff.
like
What kind of
mo-
shop is this?
Yeah, they have more like tabletop gamings. So card games,
Dice
stuff
games.
like Rigs, Disc,
Yeah.
Pokemon, yeah.
D&D.
But the fact that you can walk in there and rent it for $5 for a week to see if you want to buy it, I think that's really cool and free for us.
Yes.
That's really awesome.
We'll be there on the 21st, too, doing our remote broadcast.
That's right, on the 21st. I'm really excited for that as well. Tav, give a little information about that. Obviously,
Yeah, we're going to be out there, Roll to Play again, and we're going to have Jeff and Taylor, who were guests of ours a few weeks ago. They're going to be back out there for their Jeff and Taylor Talking Toys competition, to where we will be presenting them with a variety of toy questions, and this is kind of a thing they do every so often to see who's better, I guess, more knowledgeable on their toys. So we're going to be helping them out with that competition. I'm excited.
I'm super excited about that too, just because I love going out there, and they're always very hospitable.
I'm excited because it's more on my part of town. So
Yeah, you don't have to make it as far a drive.
a little bit closer for me this time around.
Well, we're going to switch over, and we're going to be speaking about Man of Steel that just came out.
Clark
Before we
Kent
get-
begins.
Right. Before we begin with that, Brent, one more time, why don't you remind everybody about anything you got going on that's coming up, and your website, or anything for people to visit you?
Okay, so plug time, right?
Plug
Okay.
time.
it.
That's exactly what
Plug
it
it,
is.
baby.
So this Friday, Bottleneck Gallery in Brooklyn, New York. The opening is 7 to midnight.
Wow.
And I'll be there for that, which I'm pretty excited about. And I'll
In
have
your
a
best
piece.
bow tie?
No, I'm not wearing a bow tie.
Just regular tie?
Suspenders?
V-neck shirt?
Probably not.
Cock
I don't
ring?
know. I haven't. Always.
Never
The
leave
bow-
home without it.
The bow tie cock ring, the one that you actually have to
Yeah.
tie yourself.
Yeah, that's who's
We're not
tweezers
an
to tie it
all-ages
with.
show here.
What the fuck? Anyway, so
I got
yeah,
some
so
boss.
Bottleneck Gallery, I have a piece exhibiting there. On Friday, the opening is from 7 to 12. There should be a lot of other really, really cool art there as well. And then, let's see, my website is, I'm Brent Peeples on DeviantArt, so Peeples is how you spell it, Peeples. Also, peoplesart.blogspot.com is my website too. And then I've got other work coming out, so just, watch previews and things like that. It's just things I can't talk about, but watch for previews.
Stalk him on
Oh.
Facebook. I do.
Or Facebook. I'll also be in September at Mile High Comics. They're having a huge signing. They're bringing a bunch of us out, which will be
You're in
really
Colorado.
rad. Yeah,
Son of a gun.
love Colorado.
I do too.
So that'll be September 13th, I think is what it is. But so if you're a Colorado folks, y'all come out and see us then too.
Well, that sounds really
Oh,
exciting.
and Space City Con. I'll be at Space City Con first weekend of August.
Perfect.
That's the
And-
weekend of my
and
birthday.
Houston.
Or kind of my birthday.
That's kind of your birthday.
Well, I really kind of celebrate the whole month of August as my birthday.
Oh, that's true. I can totally understand
I
that
celebrate
as well.
my life 30 days in a row.
You should make everybody celebrate your life 30 days.
I usually do. If you know me, you'll hear about it.
So, guys, now we're going to talk about Man of Tomorrow, Steel guy.
Steel.
Oh, right. Now, this is what? Batman, Superman, Green Lantern Man, Submariner Man, Martian Man,
Batgirl Man.
Woman Man. Okay, so it's the new Superman movie.
It's a new Superman movie. So I want to go ahead and let Jay start off with this, because I think we kind of had some of the same opinions about it being very much a Clark Kent Begins movie and more of a sci-fi movie rather than a Superman movie.
Yeah, you can really see Christopher Nolan's kind of vision of the
Executive
Superman
producer of it as well.
movie. Yeah.
I like to think of him as a ghost director.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it looks like. But it is a lot more of a sci-fi movie because it involves a lot of space travel and black holes and wormholes get tied in there somehow. But overall, it was very entertaining. I liked it. Everyone had pretty much the same opinion as The Incredibles. No capes. Because Superman's cape gets him in way more trouble than it helps him with. The guy just keeps getting grabbed by his cape the entire movie.
He's
So
learning.
Like twice, but
it's like 4 or 5 times.
It's enough. It's enough where I'd go, nope, no more on that.
Yeah, you'd think after one time, you'd be like, what am I even doing with this thing on my back?
And I don't get it because, I've been a big Superman fan. The S is the family logo. It doesn't actually stand for super technically. But
Stands for hope.
Stands for hope.
Stands for Hope and
as they say.
Kryptonian. But
But-
they even touch on that in the movie.
But the cape, there was no reason for me. It's like, well, if I'm going to design an outfit, I'll put the cape on there. It's only because I'm assuming the cape was his swaddling clothing. So it's
No.
like he keeps his baby blanket with him the whole
Not
time.
at all.
well, the way
No,
the way
that's how
they
I've always
explain
assumed.
it, they actually explained it. Christopher Nolan and who is it? Bryan Singer who did this?
Zack Snyder.
No,
Zack
Zack Snyder,
I always
yeah.
get those two confused. They touched on why he's wearing a cape, and it was because on Krypton their attire
Yeah.
Where
At
it was
the
almost
beginning
it
of the
was
movie,
almost
you
like
see a lot of capes.
Right, it was almost like a regal thing. Like
Yeah, because even Jor-El's wearing his
yeah,
cape.
Yeah.
Jor-El's wearing a cape. There's other
Like
people
kings would
wearing
wear
capes.
capes or something.
Yeah,
like
Exactly.
so it's,
All the
it's-
high-ranking people
so
on Krypton were
essentially,
rocking capes.
right. So that's why he's
That's
got,
that's their puffy white hair. on
Yeah.
It's their
Krypton.
wig.
basically yeah.
They already had really weird hats to go with their capes.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Their
would
hats
like
were
to see
interesting.
Superman in a Victorian wig, the big powdered wig. But that's
cute.
a what if. All right. So what was everybody's kind of takeaway from it? Is it more of a sci-fi
Yeah.
type
It
movie?
was-
Because
I was-
I guess I should tell the people at home I haven't seen it yet.
I was really impressed with the acting. I wasn't really sure if I was going to like Henry Cavill as Clark Kent or Superman. I've only seen him in The Tudors. He really blew me away. I think a lot of my sappy moments, like, and I'm really weird, anything that has to do with Paul Kent and Superman or Uncle Ben and, Peter Parker, like those
Right.
moments when they're like in comics or their movies are put out, like those moments speak to me because
And I
I'm a
heard
big
he
dirty
did a
girl.
really good job as Paul Kent.
Oh, he was. And that's really, at first I was like, I don't really know. But I mean, like, Kevin Costner is fucking Midwestern. I mean, if you think
Yeah.
about it,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he is
Yeah.
a down home boy. And he did such a good job. Such a good job in there. And, like, those were my favorite parts were, because the way the story goes is, like, it's kind of Clark going through life, becoming himself and getting used to himself. And occasionally you would have these flashbacks.
Touching himself. I mean, he's got to go through it at
In
some
my
point.
dreams
Yeah.
and in my version. But, he would have these moments where he would kind of flash back about, his moments with Paul Kent and being, told, like, to keep it secret, keep it safe and don't always, go out there. And that moment, when we see, everyone knows Paul Kent dies, where he watches his dad die rather than go out there and, like, save his dad as he could. His dad told him no to stay back, and that's a pretty touching moment. Russell Crowe, he was all right as Jor-El. I mean, like, for me, he was just kind of there.
Yeah.
He was pretty boring.
Phoned it in.
So-
and he was.
It's like
what
the
was-
Marlon
Actually,
Brando of this movie.
Russell
He was a
Crowe
little bit better.
actually has gone on record saying he'd totally be fine to do a prequel movie.
I would like to
a
see an
Jor-El
entire.
movie.
Yeah.
I would like to see an entire Superman set on Krypton.
And that's what's actually was kind of cool about this particular movie is that, like, the first 30 minutes it was all set on Krypton, so
Yeah,
you
that's
actually
cool.
got a little bit more about the actual, like, the community and the sense of the actual planet itself.
I like that idea.
That was
Yep.
probably one of my favorite parts.
So who played Lex Luthor in this movie?
Nobody.
Oh,
No
who
Lex
played, Who
Luthor.
played Zorg?
Zorg?
Zed?
What? Zod?
Zod. Yes,
Zod.
I know. Who played Zod? And
I don't
he,
know that
Did
actor's
he
name.
rip?
I don't know
did
his
he
name,
rip
but he
the
was in
S off
Groundhog
and
Day.
throw it in this one?
No,
No.
he didn't. He didn't throw the S this
Stupid.
time.
And also, there was no.
That's one of the best
there,
moments in cinema of all time.
there was no Son of Jor-El kneel before Zod either.
I'm so glad they didn't go with that too.
Well,
I'm over that.
The way they have been rebooting the Star Trek series, you always get like
There's
the
tongue-in-cheek references,
the,
homages.
but
yeah.
like
Yeah.
in the last one they did it reversed to where Spock yells Khan instead of Kirk yelling Khan.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of wondering if
Thanks
they were
for
gonna
ruining
do
it for me.
something like that.
I haven't seen
yet.
it either.
Oh.
I'll see what
turns
comes
out
to
they're
Redbox.
they're both Tyler Durden.
Yep.
So it doesn't
Everybody
matter.
everybody was Tyler Durden the entire time.
They find gold under a big W. They split the money.
After stealing the Constitution.
What
Right.
do you guys think of Amy Adams as Lois Lane?
Oh, looks
I
like
liked her.
actually we've got a call in
Really?
real
I thought she was
fast. All
kinda
right, give us
boring.
just a second here. Let's see what's going on
See
in
if
the
it works.
outside world.
Hopefully it's not a debt collector.
You're on the Delawell Show. How can we help you? That doesn't help. Say it again.
Norm from Texas.
Norm from Texas.
Hey,
How you
Courtney.
doing, sir?
He's one of our newest fans from Longview.
Well, great, man. Thanks for calling in today. Well, obviously you didn't mind disturbing the show while we're in progress, so
We
it's
appreciate it.
really important what you have to say. What's going on?
You got any input on
Well,
the Man of
yeah,
Steel?
y'all were talking about Man of Steel,
Yes.
and I just recently seen it, and basically I really liked it, but for me the movie kind of lived and died with the flashbacks to Mom and Pa Kent. It was really weird because growing up, I didn't have a dad, so when all those scenes came up and like my wife's looking over at me and she's like starting to see me tear up a little bit.
Oh, I love your wife, by the way. Hi, Katie.
But I really liked it. But man, the end and what they're trying to do, and then they had Michael Shannon and him, and it was just like this giant like fight
As long as
scene.
you say spoiler alert, you can actually talk about what's going on.
Yeah.
So spoiler alert. Go ahead.
So, spoiler alert. The end. I won't talk about the ending. I really want people to go see it. I like this version of Superman, but it kind of feels like an Elseworlds version of Superman. Just with like what they did, and they changed it a little bit. What I recommend for people to do is to check out Mark Millar's Superman Red Sun. That's a
Oh,
great
Mark
man
Miller.
story.
Yes.
I
that is a
actually I
fantastic
thought about
one.
that when I was watching the beginning of this movie when he was flying down to Earth. I was like, ooh, they could just do another movie and just do the Red Sun.
I would have no problem with that whatsoever.
I would love to see that story get like $150 million, like animated, like CG animated budget or traditional animation. Have Brad Bird direct it.
Oh,
I
man,
love
we'll
Brad
go with
Bird.
that.
We were talking about The Incredibles earlier.
And he's
So,
well, yeah, and also, I mean, he did Ghost Protocol, which was an action film, and it was great. It's one of my favorite AMIs.
I'm the Iron Giant.
Oh, that's right, and the Iron Giant.
And the Iron movie that will make you cry at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife will do the Iron Giant line to me,
What's weird
and
is
then
it,
she'll hold up her hand and say, she'll do the.
By the way, we have a picture of the caller at home right now.
Did you find
for the people on screen, if they want to see, that's him
totally not
calling
him.
from home,
Thank you.
so that everybody knows who they're talking to.
What I thought was kind of interesting is that so many people were kind of divided on this movie. I think there were so many people who were like, no, there's so much death and destruction. That's not the Superman way. But I think there were so many of us who just been jaded from the past 2 Superman movies that I think we were just partially happy to accept this as being a badass movie because we had been jaded so many times.
Well, I heard they did a figure for how much damage was done by the battle at the end of the scene.
It's like
and
$2 trillion.
It was like $2.4 trillion worth of damage, and they said over 250,000 people would have been dead immediately.
Plus, you had that whole fucking gravity thing that was going through the core of the world. It's
Yeah.
not just you've got the Shatari that are invading in the Avengers. You've got this whole machine that's actually doing damage to the Earth as as a planet.
Who knows
Yeah,
what
'cause
long-lasting effects that would have caused? I mean, destabilizing the Earth's core.
Possibly
Yeah.
horse cancer.
Horse
Could
cancer.
have
Could
had-
be horse cancer.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Horse cancer.
So the alien dubstep machine that Superman was fighting was giving
Yeah.
the world horse cancer.
Yep.
I like that.
It was all about Club Oonts with your DJ Superman.
Okay. Well, I didn't mean to be rude earlier when I put up. I'm sorry. What was his name one more time?
His name's Courtney.
Courtney.
Courtney,
Norm from
but
Texas.
everybody calls me Norm.
Norm. Okay. Well, I was being a little silly earlier. I found a picture of some crazy guy online. I don't want people to think that's actually what it looked like. So I'm throwing up a picture now of Norm so that everybody can see what he actually looks like.
Yeah, that looks about right.
I think that's a little bit better. I'm sure you'll appreciate
Yes,
that.
that's exactly right.
So
I
That's
now-
what happens when you get horse cancer.
I look like
Yeah,
something
it's
out of
one of
a
those.
Ed Wood movie.
And you'll be back here in Dallas for Fan Days coming October, right?
Yes.
Awesome. We will be partying again at the Aloft, so I will see you there.
Alrighty.
Well, you got anything to promote?
Not recently. I've been sinking my money into Magic the Gathering, along with my wife and I.
Very nice. Well, I'll tell you what, because I feel really bad and about putting all these pictures up that are clearly not Norm.
He's gonna find one more that's not you.
Well, he was nice enough to just email this one over right now, so I'm going to throw it up on screen so people can see what he actually looks like. And that's Norm, one of our new listeners. I'm really proud to have him along for
Watermelon
as
head.
a new fan. So that's horse cancer right there. All right. Well, Norm, thanks for calling in, and of course, remember you can call in anytime you want as long as we're on the air.
Alrighty.
Thank
All
you
right,
so
thank
much.
Appreciate it, sir. All right, guys. So, what do you think of that?
You did the phone part correctly.
I know, it
you
worked
didn't hang up
today.
on anyone, and they talked. That was good job, Del.
Who is this creepy fan? That is the weirdest one I've seen so far. So
Not
that's going
worse
to be a
than the
new
one
gag.
I'm looking
Anytime
at.
somebody calls in, I'm going to try to have a line of pictures up that I can throw up.
Dell's discovered a new toy.
Oh, I just yeah. This thing called the computer is great. Have you seen this thing? Look at this. There's porn and crazy people with tattoos. All right.
I have one just like it, but it's handheld. So those 15-minute breaks at work,
Oh yeah.
very
those are
stress
two.
relieving. Jesus.
Caller number 5. I'm going to save that guy here.
So yeah, I was saying earlier about Amy Adams. I thought she was actually
Right.
kind of a bland Lois Lane. I
Yeah.
thought it was almost like she was very meek. Lois
Well,
Lane
yeah,
is
Lois
always
Lane's a
representative
tough
of
girl.
a
I hate
tough,
whenever she's
strong-
portrayed as a
She's
meek
annoying as
character.
fuck to me. I personally can't stand Lois Lane. I think it's just just kind of the character she is. But I thought Amy Adams was very, very meek and very. She was more mild mannered than I thought Lois Lane probably
But
could
I
have
don't
been played.
think she wasn't the focus of the movie. I mean, in this movie she was still very much a B character.
Yeah.
Right,
It
yeah, this wasn't like a love story
So
between
she didn't
Lois and
need
Clark.
she didn't need to be over the top like in the first one because she was more of a character in the first one. There was that back and forth between Superman and her. So I think in this one the fact that she was kind of mild.
Well, I think she still had a
works.
pretty big part to it, considering
she had a big
she
part.
found, what I'm assuming is eventually going to be the Fortress of Solitude in his little spaceship up there.
That would be
She's the
correct.
one that was, captured, and it almost felt like she was just kind of, written in a certain part so they could just kind of like bring her along just to keep like the Lois factor going,
Yeah.
to be like,
She has to be in the movie
exactly.
somehow.
Everyone knows Superman with Lois Lane, so it felt like she was just kind of there just to kind of keep some sort of continuity going for this particular character that everyone has gone to see.
Well, according to my friend Desiree, the most important thing that she got from the Lois Lane character was she needs Lois Lane's hair. Because apparently it stays perfect in all conditions.
But that's
Especially when
every
she can't
movie
even read.
character ever.
It's because she uses rave hairspray.
Ah.
I thought you were gonna say rape hairspray, and I'm like,
Yes.
I don't know how.
But I mean,
well
like,
that
she's
works.
tumbling
Impenetrable.
Through, she's tumbling through space in this broke down escape pod, and like she gets out of it, and her hair's just like perfect. So that's
She
I don't know.
carries a brush with her.
My friend Desiree brought that up, and I was just
As
like,
a news reporter, I
will
guess she
harp on
probably
it.
has she has her personal assistants and hair and
Mhm.
makeup artists. I
Yeah,
have
that's
those in
true.
my pocket right now.
Oh.
I assumed it was just a wig and she's bald, but I've always assumed Lois Lane was
That's
bald.
where I'm
and
headed
she
right
was-
now.
Yeah.
So much easier.
Oh man, I found so many creepy pictures of people. I can't wait till we have more. Hey, callers out there, please call in so that I can disparage you by putting up some of the creepiest pictures I've ever found online. This is greatness.
So, anyone else besides myself and Jay playing Tapped Out? Are you into
Oh,
the,
I'm here on the tapped
to the
out
Simpsons
there.
Tapped
I'm
Out?
playing Despicable Me, the run game where the little minion like runs through obstacle courses.
Is it an application for a smartphone?
Yeah.
Can you send me the link to that? Because I totally need another game to eat up 5 more hours of my
just
day.
Google or get on iTunes and type in Despicable Me, whatever.
That's not as personal.
Minion
if you
Run.
don't
That's
send
what
me
it's
the
called. It's
link.
called Minion Run.
She's
I
new.
don't-
She's new
okay.
to the whole smartphone
Okay.
thing. She's
I
had
don't
it
have
for
to
a
send you the
month.
link. All you have to do is you have an iPhone,
2 weeks.
so you go to the App Store and you type in Minion Run, and it'll pull up.
Bunyan Run.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyways, I'm obsessed
Full.
with Tapped Out right now.
Yeah.
I just recently unlocked the Android's Dungeon. I'm really happy to have.
Well, let's
Comic
talk a
Book
little bit
Guy.
about what it is for the people that don't know. It's a Simpsons-based Sims-type game for your smartphone.
And it's even like it almost is like a step back from The Sims. It reminds me of like the Yoville and the Farmvilles, except you don't have to like send your friends messages like every hour. Please water my lawn. Please do this. You eventually just have to plan all these houses and particular buildings in Springfield to gain experience points and your charisma points and your vanity points and kind of like expand the world of Springfield like in your own handheld phone.
And you get to build it how you want, too.
Yeah.
And the kind of cool thing is it takes place, I wouldn't say in real time, only in the sense that if you tell somebody, go do something for an hour, they're going to spend an hour doing that thing before you earn back your points. And your
So it's pretty much real time.
Yeah.
It takes
That-
an hour.
I think
That's exactly what real time
That's
is.
the
Yeah.
definition.
well, but like,
of
when you build a
being in
house
real
that says
time.
ready in 4 hours, that's not real time. But, I mean...
But
For,
it's-
for the game is usually
Yeah.
like right now my Springfield church 24 hours. 24 hours before I have to
But
get
in
that.
real life, it wouldn't take 24 hours to build
Well,
a
no, there's a
church.
difference
is
between
what
real
I'm
life
saying.
Yeah,
in
you
real
could do
time.
it much faster.
Much faster. Well, yeah, I've seen some
Yeah,
pretty
but
crappy
who would play a
houses
game
with
where you
church
got to be
systems.
like, man, I got to wait 6 months for this?
Yeah.
No, actually,
Quickie Mart to be
well,
built.
What's funny is there is an option in the game you can plant crops.
Actual corn.
Ac-
Actual
and
corn.
you can
90
grow
days.
actual corn. It will take 90 days to grow in the game. I've never selected
No.
it. I never will.
I don't either because it's really just 3 months of like making that particular item like disabled, and it's not even for that very many points of experience or money.
See,
No,
I'm
and-
wondering about that because the way that it says actual corn. No,
Do they-
really,
do
just
they
actual. It's
mail
like,
you corn?
it's
They mail
like-
you corn seeds?
Yeah, it doesn't say that you get any.
well, no, I'm just
any-
wondering if there's like a hidden thing you get from spending 90 days making this one thing.
Well, and you
Yeah.
notice the thing right above it. It says that your reward
End
is
of
end of
humanity.
humanity. So
Yeah.
if you plant this
I
crop,
planned that, and I kept waiting for everything to die and start over, but it didn't.
It didn't.
No.
But
just
I didn't
gives-
get any points either.
It just I get money and experience.
I didn't
points
get.
when
I didn't
grow
get
it.
point. I didn't get money.
So That's just a waste of time on that one.
I've unlocked a lot of the characters. I think so far some of my favorites have been the rich Texan. Some
Oh, I don't
of
have
his
him yet.
tasks that you can do is you can have him go to a Tea Party rally for an hour. You can have him celebrate Texas style, which is him just shooting guns in the air for like 8 hours. Hank Scorpio, one of the villains.
right, that's classic right there.
Yeah, you can have him like doing a blowtorch for 8 hours, so he goes around just with this huge blowtorch, firing everything. And then one of my favorite things I was telling Jay earlier is that you can get all the smart elites of Springfield, and I'll send them to a Mensa meeting. So if you have them all
Oh,
in there,
if you have the gazebo, you can do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh, yes, I've got the gazebo, and I send him to Mensa meetings.
You've got the gazebo, not t'other way around.
Yeah. So that's
So I get that a 5 out of 5.
I'm most happy with it. I'm addicted to
I'm
it.
playing it right now.
I recently just downloaded the Robot Unicorn Attack 2.
What?
That's from the Adult Swim website.
Oh,
that's
okay,
actually
okay.
really hard because a lot of it is like stuff that you can't see. It's coming up, so you have this huge obstacle course, and so you pretty much have to like maneuver your robot unicorn and just kind of like guess. Eventually, I'm so far it feels like it's based off pattern because I don't know what's coming ahead of me, so you've got to choose if it's going to go up or down. But it's a very simple game, but it's more about just repetition.
So you like it, I like it. Jay, how do you feel on it? You're playing it right now, I assume.
Yeah, so...
Oh, and you can also
I'm
visit
addicted.
other people's towns. That's, I guess, you
Yeah.
say that. I'm able to visit y'all's towns and interact with them. And
I'm
really
able
need to
to
get a part
visit
of
your
this, Brent.
slum.
my son, oh, I'm a total slumlord.
Yeah.
I want the money. Give me the money.
Not me. I'm all about just making it like an actual village. It's everything set on like marsh, wetlands and stuff. There's like, it's Springfield meets, Venice. There's all kinds of like corridors of water and lakes.
Her town is much nicer than mine. My
Yeah.
town is still one road.
Yes.
That's because I gave in and I threw down some money to get some stuff because I really wanted
There
to
are
buy some things.
microtransactions in it as well. If you want to actually purchase
Yeah.
stuff, you
Like
can
actual
canvas
lottery
spending money.
tickets.
Yeah. So,
You should probably get a part of this.
well, on that note, we're closing up on the hour,
it.
so we're gonna need to take a quick break. We'll be back in about 3 minutes, and we're gonna say goodbye to the amazing Mr. Brent Peeples here. And
The amazing Mr. Hat.
That's right. And during the break, of
a
course,
good
we're
hat.
gonna
good
show
hat.
some of his artwork during the break. I want to say thank you, of course, to Roll to Play, sponsor of the show.
Yay,
Tiffany,
Roll
you're
to Play.
wonderful.
Yay.
We're gonna be out there on the 21st. I'm really, really looking forward to that because
Yeah.
I love Roll to Play. I
Yeah.
don't want to see what's so down about that. Anything else we got coming up recently? Tav, you got anything going on?
I'm actually about to start working on some costumes, and I've got a St. Louis convention that I'm working in September. They're having me back out there, and this time they're allowing me to bring Lars with me, which will be nice.
I love Lars.
It's really nice to, because I've been doing this by myself for like a few years, so it's really nice to where people are willing to pay me to come out, and I can be like, I want to bring her.
Yeah.
She's my soulmate costume, best friend, my heterosexual adulthood life mate. So,
My heterosexual lesbian lover.
well, you guys can dream. But so we're heading out there in September, and then I'm going to start working on my David Lopan costume from Big Trouble in Little China. I'm excited about that. We're also doing a huge Disney villains group for Fan Day, so I'm going to be Captain Hook. Apparently, it's just a weekend of mustaches for me. And then Sunday, I'm teaming up with our official kid of the Delaware Show, Reese.
Reese,
And
that's
we're
right.
doing a Coraline. So I'm going to be one of the other
Oh,
mothers.
that's right. That's
and
gonna
then
be
she's gonna
awesome.
Coraline.
Such a creepy movie.
Yeah.
I love
She's
it.
a huge Neil Gaiman fan. So
And that's Henry Selick, the guy who directed Night Before Christmas too. So same director.
yes.
But
And-
written by Neil Gaiman.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what I have coming up over the next few months. Is I'm actually
And
just-
director of Monkey Bone.
I actually just added that to Netflix the other day.
One of the few movies I walked out of. It was that
It's
bad.
really bad, but I just still get stimulated by the eye candy. And plus I have a nerd boner for Brendan Fraser. Like I love anything
He's
that
the
he's
eye
in.
candy.
Are you serious?
I do. I love
She
Brendan
really
Fraser.
loves him. Yeah.
Dude, Encino Man is amazing. Blast from the Past, amazing.
Bless
Bedazzled,
my stars.
No.
a Negro.
Amazing.
It's one of the
Not
best lines
amazing.
in the-
Bedazzled
No.
is amazing.
No,
It's
it is
not.
not.
No, Bedazzled is great.
You're stupid.
The Mummy 2 has the best movie line ever
Hey, look,
in it.
it's the Orchid theme song from Killer Instinct.
On that note, I don't even think we need to take a break.
No.
We're going to call that the end of the show. Oh, God. All right, everybody. You've been watching another, I was going to say great, but this one was, with the exception of Brent, it was mediocre. But Brent, you did a fantastic job. You did a 12 out of a 10. So you dragged this up to easily a 3. So that was a real big pull.
And I
Hell
bring
up.
us back to about a 1.
And you bring us back to a 1 with all the poop jokes. So, guys, we've been watching another fantastic and perfect episode of the Del OL Show. I want to say you're welcome for us putting on.
Probably.
Yeah. 21st, we'll be out at the Roll to Play.
Oh, next
Bell.
week we have Forces of Darkness coming up from Austin to promote their new line of resin toys.
Cool.
That's right. Towards the end of the month, we're going to be having Simon Sanchez from Trauma Comics coming back in. He has a special event coming up at the end of August.
Also in New York.
And United States of Geekdom, we're going to have a special...
You
a
guys.
special. We're going to be doing a special thing with them. So I want to say thank you again for watching me, and I want to appreciate you
He wants
watching
to
Brent.
appreciate you guys.
No, I want to say thanks for you guys for watching me and Brent, and I really appreciate that they put up with you two jackasses.
Oh,
So I
we should
I
probably-
think, I think it's really sweet of
We're
them.
just here to.
Do we need to thank the NSA for watching?
Yeah, but this is the one thing that they're probably not monitoring. Dude, I guarantee you that. We've been watching the Del show. Go out and do some illegal things, but don't say I told you to do it.
The Del Show.
Funny stuff.
Sunday, 2 to 3. Deep Ellum on air. Check out deepellumonair.com for all of your exclusive rates, show times, and more. Everything you need to know about the local music scene for the Dallas-Fort Worth area can be found online. deepellumonair.com.